Hello and welcome to another edition of your favourite podcast, Insane in the Membrane.
Insane in the Membrane.
Hello everybody, it is World Mental Health Day. With that in mind, we're putting this out on a Monday. Unusual for you, but like we said, it's World Mental Health Day, and it would be ridiculous of us to ignore that fact. So here we are with another edition of Insane in the Membrane coming at you. Hope you're well, hope you're good. Very important day this day. I mean, to be honest, it's important every day. It's just, World Mental Health Day is where we highlight the importance of looking after each other and each other's mental health and our own mental health. But it's important all year round. It's important to be reaching out. It's important to be talking to people. This is why we do this podcast. And I know sometimes I lose track of that. I get caught up in my own bullshit and I forget about reaching out to people. And it's not until I have a conversation with someone and they go, well, why didn't you say? And I'm like, I didn't want to bother you. And they go, you do a podcast about it. What do you mean? You're the one person that should be used to it. But it just goes to show you, doesn't it? It doesn't matter what you do. We're always working on it. We're always trying to improve and get better, and trying to stop those voices in your head, from getting the better of us. Because if we let them in, we let them fuckers in, they do all manner of damage. So, and I say that as from experience. It happens to me all the time. I let that doubt get to me. And then they're like, yeah, you talk to your mates, and I'm like, yeah, but they're busy and they've got their own shit to deal with, and that's why it's important. And we talk about it in this episode: meeting up, having a cup of tea, just dropping a text, sending a picture, sending something shit to your mate. How you doing? My friend Paul Sweeney reached out to me. He does all the time. Every now and again, I just get a tweet from him. I get a WhatsApp from him. How you doing, babes? It's important. My friend Tom, I've known Tom for years. We don't talk to each other all the time, but we'll send pictures of films we've just watched, documentaries. We're in touch, and that's what's important. And that's why World Mental Health Day is very important, just to remind us all that we are all better off together, reaching out, talking to each other. So this particular episode, with our guest is the wonderful drum and bass artist Turno. I love drum and bass. I love all genres of music. Ordinarily, I can't normally name certain particular people, but that's a tune. And then I was looking at Turno, and it's got some cracking tunes, absolute bangers. And then what I like to do, I like to look into my guests, get a little bit of a background on there, so I know I've got certain there's questions I want to ask, things like that. And I was getting into it with him, and I was like, this is a fascinating dude, and the particular track that really spun my head was What's on Your Mind. We talk about that in the episode. I won't spoil it now, but when we get into the episode, you'll hear what I'm on about. But Turno's a top boy. It was a really lovely chat. He's just done a documentary. There is a documentary, it's called We Are England, and it's different artists talking about different things. And his particular episode is called The Barbershop. It will become clear in the episode again why it's called that. It's available now on BBC iPlayer. It's a really good series. There's different artists, like I say, from different backgrounds, talking about their own journey, their own stories. It's a really interesting. There's some very interesting people on there. So it's called We Are England. Turno's episode is called The Barbershop. It's fantastic. It's well worth your time. Go and have a look. And Turno was just a really lovely guy to chat to. It's funny, isn't it? When you don't know someone, you don't know how the conversation's going to go. But I've been very lucky with everyone that's been on. Every single guest has been first class. Turno was an absolute joy to talk to. There's another one of those where I could have just chatted to him. I could have just chatted to him all afternoon. It was a wonderful chat. So with that in mind, I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to get him on. So coming up in a minute is Turno.
A podcast from producer paul.co.uk.
Insane in the Membrane.
How you been anyway? You all right?
Yeah, not bad, man. Yeah. This week's
yeah.
been good, man. I've got my creative juices back now in the studio, so it's been gone for a good month, man. So it feels good. I got my power back. I feel it's good, man. And man, when you find that spark again, man, you just, I don't know, it just, everything changes. The outlook, everything's good. You're like skipping down the road. Hey there, bro. Good, yeah. I don't know. It's just a vibe, man. So yeah, I'm just rejoicing in it, man, and just excited about just what's coming next, basically.
But it's the thing is, it goes like that, and it goes like that for all creative people, whatever you're doing. I remember reading an interview with, I think it was Noel Gallagher, and he was talking about, he'd had a chat with Paul Weller, and he'd said, like, he was talking about, like, when it goes, like, because Paul Weller famously for years lost his mojo, lost his this, that, and the other, and then one day it came back, and then Noel Gallagher was going like, what'd you do? And he's like, just don't chase it. You just got to let it. Just try and get your head around the fact that it will come back at some point. Yeah. But the trouble is, when it goes, you go, well, that's me fucked. I'm never.
I know, it's mad. Even to this level, like, doesn't matter what stage you're at your career, like, you still think, oh my God, I can't do it anymore. Maybe that's as far as I'm going to go. Maybe my head can't handle anymore. Like, and then, like, something will happen, like, you'll play a show or, yeah, that's mainly what happens. I think when you play a really fucking sick show, like, and then you're just like, yo, man, like, I feel the power has come back. I need to, and then you just get inspired, like, to get back on that train, and that's when the most beautiful content comes out, man, because you're just like, you're at home thinking about, like, oh yeah, do you know that idea, like, I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna use that from, and you go through, you gas to kind of do it again, man, and that's, yeah, you remind yourself, like, fuck me, man, this is what I love. This, like,
yeah, mate, it's the same with what I do. Like, I'm a comedian the rest of the time, and then if I have a run of shit gigs, then I'm like, mate, I'm not fun anymore. This is bullshit. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
And then it takes a while, and I get annoyed with myself. And then, so the next gig, because I'm annoyed, I go out there guns blazing, I'm like, fucking boom. And then I was like, all right, mate, all right. And they go, yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, it's a good feeling, man. When you get like, it's like, yes, you can give it, you know, like on the Paddy McGuinness show, and it get the power's in your hands, man. Like, you get it back, man. It feels good. And then you feel like your purpose is back. You're like, yeah, you're strutting out there. Yeah, I killed that, you know. Like, but it's a good feeling. That's what we do this for. I mean, when you find a passion that makes you feel like that, apart from like love of a person, do you know what I mean? It's a different kind of vibe. Like, it's something else. It's your purpose in life, man. Like, and that's it's amazing if you find that and you can keep doing it for a living, man.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's that's the thing as well. I remind myself how privileged we are to do what we do. You know,
there's a lot of people under us. Like, do you know what I mean, still in bedrooms, probably writing for gigs, or maybe not even started. I mean, it's a long stint, man. You know what I mean? There's loads of foundations and different levels you got to go through to get to it. Like, you got to devote your life. You got to be obsessed in it, like with trying to get your story across. You know what I mean? Whatever that way is. But
well, this is it. I have these conversations with people, and like for example, coming up, I've got a big day coming up, getting married. When this comes out, yeah, thanks, man. But the next day, I'm off. I'm off gigging. I've got a gig. I've got to drive. I've got to get up early, go to Manchester. I'm doing this, that, and the other. Got to record this live show. And everyone's like, "Well, what about your honeymoon?" I'm like, I've got that one day where I'm getting married. I'll get on a honeymoon later on, and I'm not being a prick.
Is your missus come with you? Or?
Yeah. She's a comedian as well, so she.
Oh, sick! Is it?
So,
okay, there you go. You're blessed then, because I said that's tough, but you might have to pull some strings. We're gonna do a world tour, babe. I promise. Like, I promise.
Yeah.
I'll tell you everywhere, because that's tough getting out of that, man. Going to work. I know my missus would hate that, bro. But comedians, we've obviously got common ground in it. So.
Oh, cool. Well, this is it. Like you say, you have to find. You mean I couldn't just fuck off forever. I have to find some stepping stones in between all the work on it. But on the whole, had it not been a big deal, the gig that I've got to go and do, then I wouldn't have gone. But because it's a proper thing, I'm like, I'm gonna have to go. And she's like, yeah, I get it. It's not like I'm doing like the chuckle bucket.
I hear you. It's a big deal, man. That would just elevate that whole wedding day even more, man.
Yeah.
Get married, then you'll smash a gig. Like, what? Like, I'm back. Like,
still be dressed in my wedding suit.
Yeah. No, that'd be sick, man. When you getting married, say?
So we're getting married on Monday. So,
fucking hell, mate. Wow, literally, bro.
Exciting,
sick, man. Congrats, bro.
Thank you very much, man. But let's get back to you. This is all about you, man. This is all about you. And I've been looking at your stuff and that. You got started when you were 14.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Bro, yeah. I mean, I've someone from London moved down to Bedford, which is where I'm from, and I remember we went to school together, and he had like a Walkman, like tapes and that for you youngers, probably know what they are. But yeah, and he had drum and bass on, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Anyway, he got me into it anyway from there, and I just got well interested in just the mixing. He had a pair of 1210s of them, Jesus, I think they're IMGs or something, like some any dead belt drive decks like that you get first, like, and then
yeah.
Just literally, I ended up buying a pair and then got like a selection of vinyl that my mate gave me that was like, I got like Addicted to Bass, like Friday by Dr. Dre, just random things, a couple trance tunes or whatever. And I was just like, besotted with this trying to figure out what the fuck, how to mix these. At first, you know what I mean, you do the bait little jiggy thing. Every person does that when they get on the decks, like yeah. But then when you start to get more into it, I don't know, like I just found that when you start beat matching and stuff, and then I don't know, I just got obsessed with it, like, and because I think everyone I chilled with then was into it as well. It's kind of part of growing up. Do you know what I mean? Everyone, that was a good. I mean, at least 10 DJs or MCs or whatever that did that kind of shit. So I mean, you go to their houses. And just have little mixes and that and fuck around and it would be just ingrained in life. And I suppose then that just becomes like the birth of maybe this obsession of kind of going, do you know what, I actually want to do this, innit? Like, not just like fuck around for a couple of years and maybe play in a pub like once or twice. I actually want to do this full time. I want to make this. And I just took it seriously from then. And obviously as the more you get into it, you kind of see your friends that were like your real tight ones starting to do normal jobs and stuff. Maybe your mum and dad are like kind of like, this is a phase, innit? This is a phase, man. Like, and then I just went from school to college to do music technology. So I was like, fuck it, this is the only thing I'm really fucking with, like in school, that I want to see. This I don't know, this enjoying to me. Like, so let's pursue this and see what's happening. And I did that. I went to Bedford College, got a and then I went to uni as well, and then I got a degree. So I got a foundation degree in music technology, which in them 3 years I did learn a lot. Like, a lot of it goes out the window when you go into the real world, but I mean, in regards to the business side, like, for me that was really something I think that made me stand up a little bit against give me a head start, let's say, maybe against some other kind of up and coming artists, because I already had like an idea of how to monetize it or how to basically grow it and do it, I don't know, make it more professional. Do you know what I mean? I was always in my grains to kind of to make it. I mean, go tax registered, do all the legit things in it. I wanted to make sure it was a business, sign up, company's house, all of that.
That's all the shit bits that come with that now come with being a creative.
Yes,
you have to take care of that side of things as well. Otherwise, you ain't going anywhere.
Do you know what? For creatives, like, I don't know, I probably speak for everyone. Like, for me, that kind of shit, like doing any admin kind of stuff, is like soul destroying for me. Like, I hate it. It actually makes me makes me feel stupid. I'm like, I don't know, my brain just can't handle it, man. Like, even just copying, I don't know, just accounts down or something, just anything. But do you know what? Like, that was all parcel of when I went full time. Like, obviously that's when you're self-employed, it's all on you, man. So you have to literally like do everything in it. So that was something I had to do for a while. I hated it, man, but even now I still keep all my receipts. I still obviously it's different now. You send a picture to an app and it's done. Do you know what I mean? Back then I had to copy them up onto an Excel spreadsheet, and it was cool. It worked out all my profits and all that stuff. But I hated it, bro. I hated it. And if I did that on a day, I couldn't go back to them making a tune or getting creative. I'd have to just have an admin day, because it used to fucking just send me, just, I don't know, it used to do something to me, you know. Luckily now I've got someone, I'm paying someone to handle that kind of shit, which is obviously a bonus of when you do grow as an artist, you just get people to do the stuff that you're not very good at, which means you can excel at what you're good at. And that's obviously, that's the greatest thing about having a team around you that supports you, and that's something as well that I think we all learn if you're self-employed. Like, you think, I want to do it my way, it's only me, I don't need anyone else, and then you try and take on too many things, and then you just crash, and you realise, you know what, man, when you've got a team around you that believe in you, that sees your vision, that wants to see you win and can accelerate and help that growth by like their contacts or whatever they need to do, like, just that's amazing, man. And then you feel even more powerful, because you've got not just one person that believes in this, you've got like 5 or 6 people that are backing your shit fully, and you're seeing things actually get better, and you're like, yo, man, these men are actually doing their job like really well, like, and then it just instills, just more confidence in each other's abilities, and it just brings the best out of you. It's nice, and the fact I know I can just have that handled, like while I'm making tunes, like all my other boring stuff is getting sorted out. Like I've got a WhatsApp group that's going off about 50 messages, but like it's cool. They're sorting it. Like they just notify me what's going on. But it's just a beautiful thing because, like I say, that kind of stuff takes up a lot of time, like a lot of effort, like and when you're creative, man, like you want to be using that as much as you can in the right place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just want to message, like you just said. I just want a message to go. By the way, that's been taken care of. That's it.
Yeah,
you got to pay this. You go, all right.
Exactly. Just like that, man. And do you know what? That's hard to find, but I do. Yeah. I don't big up my team enough, man. It's not even just my management. I've got like an advancing team who do all like my shows and. I don't know, like the logistics and stuff from all my shows and that. They're amazing. Like they're fucking so sick. Like obviously my agent Tom, who works for United Talent, like they're another. Right. It's just like there's so many different parties all working together, like seamlessly, like behind closed doors. Which again, I've even got an app like which is amazing, which has got all my bits in, so I can just click on the date. It's got my flights. It says it's got my flights in, my boarding passes, where I've got to go, the numbers I've got to ring, everything, bruv. Like so, again, it's mad. Like to think like I would have to do it myself about 10 years ago. Like all of that. Like what time do you want me there, bruv? All right, cool. What's the postcode? I need to work out if I can get to. I mean, all of that, man. Like it's mad. You need to appreciate and be grateful, man. That you got a good team around you, man, because they definitely help the acceleration, man. So
of course. I mean, but that's all. That's what you've earned. That's the thing is, you work really hard, like you just said. Like 10 years ago, you had to do it yourself. Yeah. And you stuck the work in, and you grafted, and you got to a point now where you could go right. And now you've got these people around you, and so you've earned that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not just been. It hasn't just been handed to you.
I think as well. I think you learn as well from just like laying the foundations because it's been like a case that some people get like a bit of a bring in, like not even being bad, but if you got someone in the scene or whatever, like some people can get like a little step up. But like for me, because I literally went from I don't know, just thinking, fuck it, I'm going to do this, handing out CDs to people, just like the proper old school way of getting about, like going to raves, like falling in love with the music, basically knowing the whole kind of rave in that sense, and then like going into room 2, and then obviously evolving from there. So just because I've had those foundations, I kind of appreciate every step, like, and I appreciate the work that's gone into every step, and I also think that like if something does go wrong, because I haven't just gone from here to here, I only fall down a couple. Do you know what I mean? So I've laid the foundations. I haven't just made one hit and then gone there and then thought, oh my God, what do I do now? Like, which is what happens a lot more nowadays. Like, but if you can't follow it up, then you kind of just get lost again. So with me, I've built the foundations. I've got the history, and like you said, I've put in the work to get to a place now where I feel proud, man. I do. I don't really reflect on it enough. I don't think we do as people, as artists. I don't think we do. Like, you're just so stuck in the moment, like, and what's going on and stuff. But I think we do need to give ourselves pats on the back sometimes, because to stay relevant and to do what you love for a living and make a healthy like living out of it and be cut, and just for me that's a win in itself. Like to do what you love. Like, people search for that their whole lives, isn't it? So we are blessed to be able to find something that we can excel in, do you know what I mean, that we actually love, right? And that's the thing. It's just like the potential of where it can go as well is just unbelievable. So it's like, you know what I mean, normal job is you start at the bottom and you can go to the top, but like with this, like there's so many different avenues in the media, and, do you know what I mean, there's so many different avenues you can go down. I mean, you can go into film music, you can go into, I don't know, like just producing for like artists and not as much as a DJ. There's so many avenues you can go down, so it's just exciting, because obviously the more the journey continues, the more opportunities are getting chucked in your way, and I kind of like these new challenges, man. Like, they just like, they think, let me see if Turno can do this, and it's nice, man. So the opportunities are coming, definitely grown over the years. So like I say, I just feel blessed, man. I'm just gassed to be doing this, man. It's just things are good right now. That's
nice, man. I hope you never lose that, because that's the beautiful thing. Once, like you say, that you still got that love for it, you still got that passion in it. That's nice, man. And do you rely on? Is it samples that you
a bit of both, to be fair. So I use obviously, I think everyone nowadays uses samples, especially when we're making like dance kind of music. So samples, but also I have hardware as well. So I'll run like kind of old breaks and stuff, whether they be, I don't know, old funk breaks or whatever, like, and then run them through my hardware. So at least that way it's got my kind of touch on them. Yeah. And then I can kind of bring them back into my DAW, and obviously, I can lay them out, and they've got that kind of sound that kind of is associated with me. So, but yeah, a lot of the time as well, nowadays people are making like sound like their drums and making all their sounds within software synths. So it's just kind of evolved to a whole new level. But to keep that kind of authentic, rustic sound, samples are a necessity in any genre, man, because they are the original elements from the past that made the genre in the first place. And it's about how we interpretate that now. And yeah, so it's a kind of mix of both. But yeah, it's crazy because you can sample anything now. Like it's mad. I mean, YouTube, anything. If you like something off YouTube, copy a link, download it. Like, it's just like the possibilities are endless. So it's opened up like the creative spectrum even bigger, man. Do you know what I mean? Anything is possible. There's even an app now where you can put a track in and it will extract the vocals, the instrumental, the bass, and the drums, like all separately. Like it's mad. So you can obviously you can now put a track in and actually fully get all of the separate parts and remix it properly, like without having to just use the actual final MP3 file. So technology is mad, man. It's getting nuts out here, bruv. So God knows what's going to happen in the next 5 years. Probably be talking to my door, like saying, "Make me a tune," and just make one, innit? Like,
it'll know what you're thinking.
Yeah, it's USB into the brain, bruv. I'm like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, go for that one.
Yeah. Because do you find that, like, if you're listening to something or listening to like some song somewhere, and you'll hear a bit in that song and you go, "Oh, that would make a great little bit."
100%, bro. I literally the other day, like, I'm a big fan of dinosaurs, Jurassic Park, and that. Like, I've been since I was a kid. Like, but yeah, I've never made like an actual a Jurassic Park track, if you like. And I remember from the first one, you know, when the Velociraptor sneaking up on him and he's like, "Clever girl," and then so I just thought about it at home and thought, "Fuck, I'm going to put that in." And I had this bass that I'd made the other day that someone said to me sounds like a dinosaur, and I was like, "You know what, bro? It's clicked." And yeah, I went studio, built it, bruv, and it sounded pretty cool, man. So yeah, it definitely can happen, man. Anything from adverts to, I don't know, like, and I'll always like even sing, like, if I've got an idea and I'm not in the studio, I'll do a voice note. My voice notes are crazy, bro. They're probably just like wah 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 wah, all these random noises, but I'll just sing the riffs into my phone, and yeah, man, just so you could remember, because you think, "Oh, you know, I'll remember that in the morning." Will you? Fuck.
Nah, never ever.
Gone, bro. Like, that's why I always have to write it down or reference it, because I've done it before and I think, "I'll remember that." Next day, that you've completely done, like, nowhere near. So yeah. I've been with you, surely, with jokes.
Yeah, jokes, stories, books. Also, I've had so many ideas. Just as I'm nodding off, and I'm like, because I'm nodding off, I'm like, no, I remember that. I've invented stuff. I've had all sorts. And I've just
you got it down there. You wrote it down.
I've written it down now, but I didn't. I've lost so many ideas.
Yeah, you live and learn it, man.
Yeah, but I've had things come to me in dreams. I've had songs come to me in a dream. I've had all manner of weird stuff happen. So, you know, like, once you're tuned into it, like when you're always thinking about the next thing or the next idea, it's just there, isn't it? You just kind of, there's always a little bit of my brain that's just comedy. Doesn't matter what else I'm doing. There's a little bit of my brain that's just scooping up. Like with samples, it's like, "Oh, that's a good turn of phrase. Oh, that's an interesting story. Oh, that's it." And in a minute, I'm like cleaning my teeth and my brain's going, all this stuff. But I was listening to your stuff, man, and mate, it's fucking killer.
Thanks, bro.
I love it because I love music, and I think I love music more than comedy. But I never explored it enough as a musician or anything like that. But I do remember hearing drum and bass and hearing like jungle music and all this stuff. And I was coming through like, and I sort of came of age at the rave stuff.
Yeah.
Late 80s, early 90s. So whenever I hear that kind of music, I'm sort of like, it's straight away I'm transported back. And I get that feeling of like I'm off me nut on something. I'm at Bagley's again.
Fucking hell, Bagley's. Yeah.
But I was listening to your stuff. I was coming in today, and I was like, "Fucking hell, this is banging, man." And then, Get Back was the one. Get Back was that.
Oh wow, fucking hell, that's old, man.
I was having that, and then I was having that, and then going through it, and then I was listening to the latest, like, "What's on Your Mind?"
Oh yeah, completely.
And then that was a complete flip. And I was listening, and it just, I was like, "Fuck!" I listened to it about 3 times coming in.
Oh, did you?
Because I was like, because the lyrics,
man.
So, it just encapsulates everything that I'm trying to do with this podcast.
Amazing, man.
Trying to get people to open up and talk. And there's that you were saying about your mate, and you'd been too busy to listen to him, and then he did something silly, and that's the reason this podcast exists. And I was like, fuck, man. So is that a true story? Is that something that's happened to you?
Yeah. So my actual brother, like he took his life, man. Like last September, man. So it was literally it was a year anniversary. I think it was last week, mate. To be fair.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, nah, thanks, man. But yeah, mate. So yeah, it was crazy, to be fair, man. It was mad. Like the whole it was obviously tragic, but like the only way we kind of, I don't know, like basically one of his mates come up with the idea of some Bedford guys getting together and making a song in his honour, and obviously I was like, mate, that's amazing. Like that's the only way I know fully how to give back in like fully give back. In music, really. So yeah, he came up with the idea, and then just from there, really, I got in the studio with one of the guys. He showed me a reference beat which he kind of wanted it to sound a bit like, because this is not really like what I put. That's the first time I put out. I mean, you listen to my other music, this is very different.
Yeah, but that was it. That's what I was
very
like,
different.
Fuck yeah.
Completely different. So this is like a grime kind of like, I don't know, hip hop kind of vibe, like 110 BPM. So very slow, very chill, very emotional in it. Like that's what I wanted to kind of to build. So we made the track, and then I left it with them for a couple of months. They come back, we met in the studio, and they recorded it, and it was fucking amazing. I was blown away. I thought it was going to be good, but it exceeded my expectations massively. And then it turned from just being like a song we've done this honour to, bruv, we got to get this out. Like this is no fucking joke. This is everyone we showed it to has cried or fucking felt something, or this is more than just like a song that we share between friends. Let's actually fucking do something with this. And yeah, it just started building from there. My team have been amazing, getting it all out, and just everything around it has just been great. And yeah, come out, I think last Wednesday or the Wednesday before, and like I say, for something like this, it's very vulnerable. Like they're all talking about their experiences with mental health, what it was like when they heard the news about Fabio. Like the first guy, Miles, actually lost another guy called Fabio 10 years prior, literally a week before. And the thing that's crazy is like he mentions it in the song as well. His name is Fab Cataldo, and even at the crematorium, the cemetery, my brother's. We're Italian, so we've got the mausoleum things, the kind of things. And two underneath Fabio is Fabio Cataldo. So it's mad just like how he knows both of them. There's so many intertwining stories within that song, and like just everyone just absolutely smashed it, man. Everyone tells a story. You can fully hear that it's fully from the heart. Even the start, just like the hook, like I don't know, just doesn't matter if you're even into that music or not. Like I've shown it to my mum, like people that are a lot older than me, and they all feel something from it, innit? They all can instantly be. Like, I don't know, as soon as you hear it, like, and then the voice comes in, you kind of, the narrative straight away. And it just, I think, grabs you from there, really. Like, that's why I really wanted people to take it in. The fact you listen to it 3 times, like, it's a 7-minute song, so it's not like a short, do you know what I mean? That's 21 minutes, half an hour on one song. But appreciate the love, man. But yeah, it is one of them ones where it doesn't feel like it's that long, because like I feel like you're just stuck in the story of it, like, and you kind of want to hear what everyone has to say. It doesn't feel like it goes on for too long. So man, it's the response has been crazy. I've had so many people open up to me and message me, like from fans, like friends, family, and it's been mad. So from there we kind of decided we'll do we want to put together like a mental health seminar, like in Manchester, which I'm not too sure if you know much about, but yeah, we're doing it on the 5th of October. It's a free event, and we've got some massive brands involved, like from the drum and bass scene as well as the other the music scene in general. We've got like Ewan McVicker coming down, Salado doing guest talks, like DRS, like myself. We've got like Sampson's Academy, which are a charity from Bedford who we work a lot with. They're going to be there. Kind of on the more professional kind of side. We've got Zenful Menu from Birmingham, who's like more of a younger brand that specialises in mental health, like the breathing and the cold showers kind of vibes. So he's coming down. So we've got a lot of people coming together that really support this kind of one thing. And it's crazy. It's just from an idea that my manager actually had 2 weeks ago to see it actually happening now, and see like the place and see the people involved. Like it's really heartwarming, man. And it just feels like, I said to Dale earlier, my manager, I was like, bro, it's a different kind of feeling than than doing something for money or fucking, I don't know, it's a different kind of payment. It's weird, like you just feel this good, like, and that's something that is better than any money, better than any gratitude or nod from anyone. Like, it's just, I don't know, the fact that you know that you're actually doing something good. Like, I don't know, doing something to try and help people, like with your own experiences and with your own kind of contacts, and trying to build something, and just trying to make it, like, say, okay to fucking talk, man. That's literally what's on your mind. That's the name of the whole project. Like, it's just, it's so true. Like, just actually checking on your people, man. Like, on a I mean, you can tell when someone's not okay, man. Like, just a little, like, how you doing, bro? You all right? Like, do you know what I mean? Open up the conversation. Don't just think, it'll be all right. Do you know what I mean? I'll see if he's cool tomorrow, kind of thing. Just act, man, innit? And I think that's the whole thing with this. Like, the more direct route needs to be taken in it for things to be done. So
that's true, man. And that's the thing with this, because this is what needs to happen as well. Like, it just is. It needs to be everyone everywhere doing it. So it's great that people that are into this genre of music, and they're opening up. You've got people that are in sport and they're opening up. That's what it needs. It needs people at the forefront of all these things.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Opening up the conversation, because people are still they're worried about opening up. They don't, because it makes them feel vulnerable, or they don't want to get in the way of people's lives.
Exactly. Yeah, that as well.
You know, so it needs people like this. With the generation of people that listen to your music, it needs them. You opening up and going, I need you to talk to each other.
Yeah.
They're gonna listen. They're going, and it's so important. And like you say,
the good thing. Sorry to cut you.
No. Go on.
The good thing is, like, because, like, there's because drum bass scene, especially my kind of subgenre, is very it's very young, put it that way. So, I mean, we've got a chance now to speak to the younger demographic and get them all influenced and get them schooled in this, like, now. Do you know what I mean? Rather than, like, when it's too late, or do you know what I mean? Just the fact that it's just made, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy, but at the same time, like I say, if everyone does come together, it will sooner or later be like just a normality. And that's the problem. It's still so, like, I don't know, even though it is kind of broadcast a lot more now, it is still not, like, there's people at the top that still ain't supporting the thing. Do you know what I mean? There's still big bosses out there that would rather put this above this, and still, because it's making them money or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's I don't know, man. And that's the savage thing about it. But hey, all we can do is what we can do in it. And I mean, you doing this podcast, me doing the song, and trying to raise awareness through that, like, we're doing our bit in it. Do you know what I mean? We're trying to make a difference.
This is it, mate. This is it. This is how we do it. It's really important. And the thing is, we're going to be. It might not seem like there's a lot of change being made now, but the conversation has started, and so you're part of that. And so the generations coming after this will be the ones that benefit. And so I get, because I'm the same. I get, sometimes I'm like, what's the fucking point? I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall.
Yeah.
No one seems to be trying to sort of join in, or they're trying to monetize what we're trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And, they're going, that's the conversation. Oh, we can make some proper money out of it.
Yeah, man.
And don't really do it because I want to help. And so, but I need to just struggle that off and go, right, I just got to keep doing it. And that's the thing. More people will benefit later on. Might not see it now, but you'll see it later on.
I fully agree, man. I fully agree. Like, I think, like I say, my inbox since releasing the song and just everything has been overwhelmingly crazy with people that open up to me saying about how it's helped them to open up to their mum and dad about their issues, or they can relate because they lost someone due to mental health, for suicide, etc., etc. So even just that, man, even just like the and that was like good 50 plus people, like, I mean, at least. So even just that, like, I was like, we're doing something right here, boys, man. We are doing something good here, like, and it feels good. Let's just keep pushing and see where we can take it. And I really do think this mental health thing this seminar next week is going to be it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be sick, man. There's a lot of people coming. Obviously, bro, you're more than welcome to make a trip up to Manchester if you're about, bro.
I'd love to, man. I'm in Manchester the night before, so I might be able to make it work. Yeah.
Sweet, sick, man. Yeah, come through, man. Like, there's a lot of people there. Like, it'll be really, really good if people open up about their cases and stuff. And I don't know, man. I think it'll be just a really good networking place for people that all have the same passion for mental health.
Yeah.
As many people we can get together from different areas, like, it's just
sounds great, man. Yeah. I'll sort that out. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be sick, man. That was really good.
But I think the other side of it as well, like, we're all guilty of it, because life is hard, and it's getting harder at the minute. It feels, we still got war and hunger going on, and people aren't taking care of each other. Our so-called leaders aren't taking care of business. They're just fucking loading the right life rafts for themselves, while the rest of us have to kind of like fight amongst ourselves. So I get it that we're all under a lot of stress. So sometimes things get missed, like you say, like, you know, like in the song it mentions that, you know, you wish you'd have said something, or you wish you'd have gone, oh, you know, go and have a cup of tea, that's the thing as well.
Yeah.
Just having a cup of tea makes all the difference. And I think we shouldn't, you're going to beat yourself up, but at the same time, it's like, just life just gets in the way sometimes. You know, I've had people that I should have reached out to, but I had some shit going on and I didn't, and I feel bad, but it's, but at least it's horrible that they're not here anymore, those people that we loved. And you go, fuck, how can I make that not happen again?
Yeah.
It's a shame that it took that to happen, though.
I know, yeah. But you know what? It always is, though, isn't it? As fucked as it is. It's always for something shit to happen that you kind of, you see light from it. And the one positive from this is, as much as how tragic it is, my brother's not here anymore. Like, but like he has planted this seed in not just me, but like people around, like this, for this idea. And I really do want to push this What's on Your Mind thing as like a yearly event, maybe even go to, I don't know. Yeah, I just really got a good vision in my head of it, and I think that for me, that means I don't know. Just for me, it feels like something me and him have done in it. So it feels. Yeah. It feels nice, man. It does feel nice. Like he was a barber, so we've still kind of got his shop open as well. Like his barber.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Me, my dad, and my brother took it over, and obviously we don't know what the fuck we're doing with barbers. But it was just like, we ain't shutting this, man, because it was just like the day after we passed, it was mad. His shop is right in town, Escobarbers, and it literally, like, it was like for 2 weeks, bruv, until the funeral. Sorry, which was I think 2 or 3 weeks. Every single fucking day, bruv, there was. I'm talking hundreds of people there. It sounds mad saying that, but it was crazy. It was like every time you wanted to just, I don't know, just you walk past there would be people there just like paying respects. So the flowers were crazy. So it was overwhelming, the support that we all had from Bedford. And it just showed, this is the thing that kills it the most, bro, how much he was actually fucking loved, man.
Yeah.
Like, how much impact he had in all these people's lives, bro. Like, that he still, like, thought that he just, I don't know, like it wasn't enough. That's the thing I feel so sorry about, which I can't comprehend, is the fact he was feeling, he must have been feeling so shit, and I feel so sorry for him to still have, like, he had a girlfriend who still works in the shop now, bless her, like absolute diamond she is, Liv. Yeah, he had a business, he had a loving family, he had loads of friends, and those people has impacted, like, just throughout life, like, and it wasn't enough for him to even want to carry on, man. And that's the horrible thing that you just gotta swallow and just think, oh, fuck, man. Like, so it's just one of them things, but it's just like there's a stage of things that obviously happens before that. So it's like, but I still just feel like it's just, I don't know how you feel about I don't know what pills that they give. I think it's antidepressants and shit, but he got put on some of them, like, and they say that makes you feel worse before it gets better. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that alone is a bit fucked up, man. And if you're feeling already that vulnerable and that shit, like, I don't know, man. That's one of the factors I think that sent him over the edge, man, because he was already in such a shit place that he took these things and he just looked numb, bruv. Right? And I've seen other people that take them as well. They kind of sometimes look a bit emotionless. It's almost like soulless. You just like, and that's how he felt, like, and I don't know, like, I don't really agree with how that was prescribed, to be fair, man. But it's not. I'm not trying to blame anyone. I'm just saying this is. I just feel like there should have been more care and attention in the case, like, before. I don't know, just before thinking that this is going to help, man. But I don't know, like, it was tough, man. I can't lie. It was a tough fucking year, man. Especially for your parents and shit as well, and just trying to hold them both up. Like, we're trying to just to make sure they're okay, really, like, and obviously they're not together, so they've both got separate families. So even that alone was tough. Like, my mum's on her own, bless her now. Like, so it's just me. So it's because Fabio actually lived at my mum's house up until he went as well, man, with his girlfriend. So yeah, it's been tough. But like I say, like, as much as this is all really horrible, tragic, like, we're trying to recycle that pain into prosper. Do you know what I mean? Trying to do something good. Like, all my family are on the same page. Like, we've done a documentary for the BBC, which I don't know if you've been told about, which is actually airing on the 7th of October on Friday at 7:30 on BBC One, which is it's about Fabio's case, basically, his journey, like what happened, and also we do like suicide training in it as well, so to kind of help us understand more about just the suicide word, and to be a lot more direct about it. I learned quite a lot, to be fair. And yeah, like Samson's Academy, which is the charity I mentioned earlier, Dorian, he's the one that set this up. He actually met Fabio once in a car park randomly, and Fabio opened up to him, like, which was quite mad because they never, like, that's the first time they've met, but and he felt like he could open up to him. So he made an impact in Dorian's life, and he actually reached out to me and said, look, the BBC have approached me, like, obviously I heard about Fabio, like, I would love it to be on your brother if you the case, so we can try and spread awareness and help. And obviously at first it was like, oh, is this the right thing to do? You feel like, is this not glorifying it, but is it putting this on TV? Is this ethical? Like, would Fabio have, like, there's so many things going through your head, you know what I mean? Like, and like, yeah, we thought about it, and then we thought, you know what, man, let's use this as a positive. We're actually going to help people, like, that can relate to this, open up, and I do think this is going to do some good. Like, and even for ourselves, like, it was weird because it was almost like therapy a little bit for ourselves, because we had to do the master interviews where, like, obviously they come to your house and they had like a 30-40 questions, man. They went through everything, and obviously, yeah, there was questions that were fucking hard, like, what can you remember what happened on the day and stuff, and like, can you talk it back to us? Like, it was fucking horrible, but they're making TV, so I understand it, man. But at the same time, I haven't really been asked them questions, or even asked myself them questions. So it almost, like, as hard as it was, it did get that emotion out from me. So I kind of did feel a bit lighter after it. And with my dad especially, he took it fucking really bad, man. And I could tell after he'd done the interview that he would just lighter, and he felt a lot more. I don't know. I could tell it just helped him in it. So. And we've watched it back now to obviously sign it off, and it was just beautiful the way it's done, man. It's really been done well, professionally, and just like in a nice, classy way. With obviously a horrible, it's a horrible, tragic thing that happened, but the way it kind of evolves, because on the actual episode, I kind of show my dad the track, and at the end of it, I show the track to, like, the whole shop, and, like, we invite loads of people down. So it's like quite a nice ending, like, where I'm showing the track to everyone, kind of. And yeah, it's got a lot of positive in it, as much as it is so tragic. So it's something as well that we can obviously have now for the rest of our lives, and like a safe keep, just knowing that we can watch that whenever we want. And yeah, so I do think we've done a good thing. And again, like, to be honest, it just hopefully just gets the message out even fucking more, mate. That's what I'm just looking at now with the song and what that's doing. And I'm hoping this is just another elevation just to get out to people that are not my demographic as well, because there's going to be a lot of people watching BBC One at 7:30 or watching this documentary that don't know who the fuck I am, like, or don't even listen to my music or anything. So this is a perfect chance for that to hopefully get through and open up to a lot more kids, a lot more adults, a lot more people in general. Just get the message out more. I'm just trying to do, just get it out as much as possible through my channels, and I think this should be a really good one for helping it get out there. So I'm just looking at the positives.
Exactly, that's the thing. That's what you have to do, and the fact that you've channeled all that into something that's going to help so many people is such a beautiful thing. Thing is, as well, like you mentioned earlier, like you said, like Fabio had been struggling a little bit, and then he went on the antidepressants. I personally, I've been on antidepressants briefly many years ago. I didn't feel right. I took myself straight off of them, because, again, like you do, you don't feel anything at all. Yeah. You're just nothing. It's just like you're in this fog.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they say, oh, well, you got to try a few before you find the right one that suits you. And you just, I don't know. I think once people are, because that's the thing with depression, people we don't understand how debilitating depression is. Yeah. And once you've gone past a certain level, it's very difficult to come back, because we don't really understand it. People go, oh, you're depressed. Depression, even that word has been diluted to a point, like it doesn't really explain what is actually going on. When you are depressed, when you're fully in amongst it, you feel there's no hope whatsoever. You're squashed into the floor, and there's no hope. You don't see any way out. then so to then take medication that probably wasn't the right medication for him.
Yeah.
That would have been the thing that pushed him over.
Yeah,
It's not really, it's no one's fault. It's
it's no one's fault. But I think it's understanding it more. I just think taking a pill like to try and think that's going to fix your head when you could do so much more. Like I know it's not as easy as this, but just going for fucking walks or just exercise in general. I think there should be a lot more other ways where naturally you can feel a bit better rather than just going, here's a pill, but you're going to feel worse even though you feel like this already, like for 2 weeks. Like then it might get better or it might not. Like 2 weeks is a long time. If you're in crisis mode, bro, like that's
exactly.
tough. Fucking a couple of days is tough enough, let alone a fucking couple of weeks, man. So yeah, it's just one of them things. But like you said, I don't think people understand it fully yet. I don't think anyone understands the steps fully, like the whole picture.
This is it. That's it. It's that we need to get a better understanding of what depression actually is, which is not, and being able to open up and talk about these things. I've got to a point now where I'll just go. I remember the other day I was just stood in my flat and I went, I can't fucking do this.
Yeah.
Like, out loud. And my missus is like, you're all right. I went, I just don't know how to explain how I'm feeling. This is fucking bollocks. And she went, I think I get the measure. I'm like, and we had a laugh. And I'm like, yeah. Because sometimes you don't know how to get it out.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Yeah.
So
you
just get to a
better
point.
after you said that, yeah.
Yeah, good, yeah. That's the first. So anyone listening to this, if you just at a point, if you go like meet up with a mate for a cup of tea and they go, how are you? You go, I can't explain it. I just know it's fucking horrible, and I don't know what that'll get things going.
Yeah,
that'll get the juices flowing.
I hear you,
just
bro.
Anything, just get it out.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know, man.
You know. Which is easier said than done.
It is, yeah. Do you know, I do swear by like exercise though, man. I mean, just anything like, and quite, for me, I like the more, like, I've just started doing boxing and I've only done one session, but I love it, man. It was fucking sick. Like, and I love just like, it's quite savage. It fucking, you're shattered after it, but I don't know how the fuck people do 12 rounds, mate. Fuck me. 2 minutes and 1 round, I was like, yo, I am blowing, bro. Like, and then, but yeah, do you know what? I just love the challenge of it. It's quite savage, but at the end of it, an hour, you're done. And just like, yeah. And then, do you know what? I had a shit day that day. I remember I had a shit day, bro. Went boxing and I was like, yo, bro, I feel good now. I feel good. I was back in. So that's what I feel like it can do. Cause that's, like you said, it's stored in you somewhere, in it. So if it's getting out by savagely exercise, or like, do you know what I mean, just punching it out of it, or whatever it is, like treadmill in it, or lifting mad weights, or just doing something just to kind of, just to get your heart going and just to get it out of you, then you just feel like, because otherwise you just feel it bubbling in it, like you feel like something's coming. You're gonna snap at someone or fucking tell someone they're an idiot, whatever the fuck, like. So yeah, it's good just to that's something that's this. I mean, it should be taught more. It should be definitely more kind of out there. I've not found it out for. Well, I mean, I've been quite savage at it for the last, I don't know, I'd say 8 years with gym. How important it is just for my mental well-being, bro. Like not even physical condition, man, because I'm fat as fuck. But
mate, if you're fat, Jesus Christ.
Nah, trust me, the gut is under the table, man. But yeah, like so, yeah, it's important. It's important, man. Definitely, man. Just for the head top, man, especially when you've got these busy lives and shit as well. Like it's a chance for you just to reset a little bit, innit? Spend a little time with yourself, innit? Put the fucking phone down.
Mate.
And just work out for an hour, sweat it out, and then.
Yeah, it's important. And I've just been getting back into the gym years ago. About it must be like 8 years ago. I had a personal trainer. And it was nice to be able to. I mean, so I get it. A lot of people can't afford the gym, or they can't afford.
But you can still do other things, man. Like most people have got a bike, or just go for a run, man, or walking.
Go out.
That's no excuse for that about the gym. You can definitely get it. But I get it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but go out. I did it. I remember. So it was nice to have someone to answer to, because he was right, 3 times a week you're coming to see me.
Yeah.
And I'd go there with one shoe. I'd forget something, and he'd go, and he'd bollock me and all that. But I felt good. But I'm back in the gym now, and it took me a while to go to, because I was people were like, oh, one day it'll just click, and you'll just love being in there. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. So I went to the gym the other day. I had a proper session. I was dripping and I walked home. And then I had a shower and I was getting on my admin and all that. And in the evening, I was like, I might go back. And I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Yeah,
I'll do it again.
Yeah, because you know it makes you feel. It is good, like to do. I mean, I've been training with my mate, and he's quite into his gym. So I mean, I just follow his lead. Just like it's like having a personal trainer. Like, so it's nice to have that because then it's like you push each other, and do you know what I mean, you got a reason to go. Like if they're going, you're like, oh, I'm going to come as well because I don't want to miss out on the session. So it kind of gives you that excitement. But yeah, it's for me, it's just the benefits after, man. It just makes you feel good. Like when you get into that thing, it's like, look, it's just a daily, it's just a normal routinely thing I do. Go in there for an hour, come out, done, and that's it. Like, go in the morning. I always go in the morning. I think it's better.
Yeah, definitely.
I've done evening sessions, but I do prefer the morning. I feel like you're just like, yes, right, let's fucking go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and you're ready to move, bro.
It's nice because when I'm in there, because there's no internet and you can connect to the gym internet, but that's a bit sketchy. But so I go in there and I haven't got to worry about emails. I haven't got to worry about all the things. I've just got to lift a few things, pull a few things, and then I do a bit of a run at the end. And then I've had like an hour and a half, and I'm like, oh yeah, all right, now I can go and deal with this other bollocks. Yeah,
exactly, man. It's nice, man. It's nice to put your phone down. I always put it in my bag and just leave it for an hour and just go because they play pretty sick tunes in my gym. Like, so I mean, I'm just in there and just fuels you. It's nice just to leave the phone. Like you got the people that's literally they're like in between sets on their phone for about 10 minutes. I'm probably finished with that. Yeah, you finished with that. That was me. That was me. I've been that guy, so I get it. But right, put the phone down for an hour, bro. Like, I mean, you'll be in and out. Like, it just means that everything takes about 20 million times as long. You got a factory of people.
You're going, and you go, I was in the gym for an hour and a half.
Waiting, queuing up. Waiting to use the fucking dumbbells.
But I love it. I love doing that. I love going out. I used to be like, because I know now it's getting cold as well. It's getting darker earlier. So there's a point you'll go, I've been at work all day. But just go and have a walk around the block. Go, just do something. And just for an hour or 20 minutes. You don't even need to be an hour, 20 minutes. Just go and do something.
Bit of fresh air, man.
Yeah. Go and get wet. Go and stand in the rain.
Yeah, exactly. Feels that. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. But yeah, it's important, man. Exercise definitely for well-being. I agree, man. It definitely helps.
It's just, I mean, this is the thing because they'll go, oh, I'm going to start my diet on Monday, or I'm going to start this, I'm going to start that. You go, you don't have to be so hard on yourself. Just balance it out a little bit more. Like you can still have a cake, but just don't have two cakes.
Yeah.
You can just, have a little bit of veg. You haven't got to.
I normally eat like quite good in the week, and then the weekend I'm like, I'm in. I love my food, bro. So yeah, literally Saturday and Sunday. If I don't go to bed Sunday feeling like a whale, then I'm not done it right, man.
Well, it's getting better for me now because I used to be. When I was younger, like so I'd finish a gig. It's like Friday or Saturday night, and then we'd go out, we'd get pissed, and then we'd get on it or whatever. And then it was about 10 years ago. I was living in Greenwich in South London, and I knew when I got back, if the light was on, I'm like, oh, there's a party in my flat, and it would just
keep it moving.
Yeah. But now it's a little bit more. Yeah, now it's like. I'm a bit more like I don't have. It used to be the fear of missing out, but now I'm like no. Listen, if I want to, the party's still gonna be somewhere. If I want to have a drink or I want to do something, then there'll be something somewhere. But I don't need to do it all the time. So Sundays were always ruined, just covered in takeaway wrappers.
Yeah, same as that.
And the existential dread from all the shit I've done the night before.
Yeah, do you know what? That's the thing with because I'm in a party every fucking weekend. Like it is something that is tough to say not to not get involved, basically, man. And to be honest, like once you get that in your head, I've got it a lot more controlled now. But before, I could never do it. I could literally. Yeah, I would be drinking my rider and I would be mash up after, and it would just be the normal part of it. Like, just are we in a party? Why the fuck not? The adrenaline, it's just normal, like, and then you just do that. Like, I mean, if you've got 3 gigs the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're just doing that every night. It's just, I mean, even though you feel like shit, you just keep going and going. And yeah, cool, it's all good. Like, I mean, I'm not a moper. I'll just get on and do it. I know the consequences to my actions. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, you do that for like, I mean, months on end, bro. If you start to resent it a little bit, I can't lie. You start to just, oh God, I got to travel here again, bro. Just don't drink it. Just don't fucking drink. Like, and do you know what? I went to America to do a tour. in March or April, I think, for like a month and a bit, I think it was, and I think I had a drink twice, and I had like 9 shows, so I did the whole thing sober. I actually lost weight in America. I was like, how the fuck I did that? But I was smoking a hell of weed, I'm not gonna lie, because it's illegal everywhere, isn't it?
Of course it is, yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, man, the whole tour was different. Like getting up the next day and getting on flights and airports, and actually like being like, oh, I'm in an airport. And I'm like, oh, get me out! It's fuck. You know, normally when you're hanging, you just want to go straight on the plane. Like the hat comes over the head, and you get the window seat. It's got to be a window seat, and then you're out, man. But it's nice. I don't know. You just see a different side. You think, fucking hell, like this is actually better. Like I can do things in the day. I'm not just waiting to get to my hotel room so I can sleep and die. Like. I just think, fuck. So, yeah, since then, I've definitely taken it into my approach a bit more. Like, festival season was obviously crazy, man. So, there was a couple naughty ones. But yeah, like, it's just balance, man. Balance in it. It's definitely something that's just yeah. I mean, look, I'm 33 now as well. So, I need to like, it's nice to just wind in a little bit and just pick and choose.
Mate.
There's no shortage of parties. I'm fucking out whenever it's fucking weekend, mate. So, I mean, so it's cool. Like, I'll just pick one a month, babe. Yeah, and we'll just have a little crack on there. Like, that's it, man.
That's it. It's that. Yeah. It's like every few weeks or every couple of months, I'll go, just do it, and we'll get on it. But it doesn't have to be all the time, because the thing is as well, because it was all the time, that come down when you're at your lowest, that despair. And even though you go, that's because I fucked myself up at the weekend. That's what I'm paying for now. Yeah, it's still hard to comprehend, because you go, that sense of dread is so real. Yeah, it's very difficult to go, it's because I got fucked up on whatever at the weekend, because your brain's going, no, this is it. You might as well just chuck yourself under a bus or whatever.
Man, that's
that Moody Tuesday is horrible.
Oh, yeah, terrible Tuesday. They're worse than fucking Monday, you're like, I've got through it, brother. And then Tuesday's like, whack. And then Wednesday, sometimes Wednesday, a little wacky Wednesdays comes in and fucking, I'm still here, mate, I'm still here. Like, fuck it. And before you know it, it's Friday, and I'm fucking hell. So, yeah, it's true, like, you get that moment where you actually have a crash. And, like, I feel like when you're in that party mode, if shit's good, like, as in, like, if you're creative and you're making tunes and you're smashing out the gigs and life is good, then it accelerates, it helps it in I can't think of the word. It makes things,
accentuates it.
That's it, better. Make things better. Such a stupid thing to say. But yeah, what you said much better. But yeah, if you do it on the flip side, it's just, I don't know, it's you need to be careful. You don't run away with it, man. You need to have like a moment where you're going to go, yo. And I think that's what happened. It's happened to me a couple of times when I'm like, right, look, I need to chill out for a bit now. I need to, like, my head's going a bit mad. Like, I mean, you start overthinking shit, and motivation goes, because if you're partying at the weekend a lot, then Monday's a myth, Tuesday could be a myth, and then by the time it's the weekend, you're like, everything becomes a bit more of a chore, and it's like, so what am I doing this for? The partying or the actual, like, the music, like the real reason? And you have to remind yourself that sometimes, man. Like, it's a blessing that we can actually get mashed up on our jobs, really, if you think about it. Quite a rarity, man. Any job allows you to drink on the job, but at the same time, I think a lot more artists nowadays are being more vocal about the fact that they're living the sober life, and they're enjoying it so much more. They're feeling things. I think Patrick Topping come out recently and said he feels like a whole new type of elation now from playing, because I'm not drunk and can't remember it, or you actually feel things, like you feel emotions more. And I fully agree with him, man. Like, it's true. And as well, you feel a lot more, obviously, just confident, man. You're not fucked. You know what I mean? I mean, you can as much as, like, I think as much as you can still do your thing when you've had a couple of drinks, like, I don't know, you're sober, so you're in the moment, you know exactly what's going on. You're obviously the first couple, I think, take a bit of getting used to, because you're I suppose it is weird being the sober guy at a party. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of feel like a bit of a granddad, like, you get annoyed very quickly with people, like, fucking get out, fucking hey, man, like, shut up, man. But at the same time, like, it's, I don't know, it's part of it. But by the end of the set, you're drunk off the gas anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're so like, that, like, it's all good. They're all your friends again now. For like 20 minutes, and the adrenaline goes, and you're like, right, I got to go now, otherwise, because these guys are doing my day.
I had it the other day. I got to this place, and then I was late because I'd been gigging, and by the time I got there, everyone was on a level that I was never going to achieve. from where I was. I had a drink and I had a thing, and then I was like, right, all right, I'll give it a go. But then 4 people were talking to me at the same time about 4 different things.
Yeah.
And I went,
Too much,
listen, I'm never catching you up. I'm going to bed. I'll see you a lot later.
My mate the other week, man, we've done the same. We went to a festival, and like he, I was playing 7 to 8. I was on a sober one. I was like, right, I'm sober one. I was meeting a couple of friends there. We got in there. I was like, here you go, I have my rider in it because I'm not going to drink it. So I give it to my mates. Obviously, I got there like 6:30. I was playing at 7 till 8, and then Busta Rhymes was on after. So I was like, fuck, I'll go and watch him. So anyway, I played the set and obviously come off. And then one of my mates was absolutely wankered. And I was like, what the fuck have you done in an hour? Like the bottle was still not really that drunk. Like, so I was like, what the fuck have you got up to, man? And he told me a couple of days later, and I was like, bro, like fucking. But he was mash up, bro. Like absolute, like you said, different level to all of us. And I was like, bro, like he was just like running into conversations, just talking over people. Like he was like grabbed me over and talking in my ear and saying, I don't know, just humming a tune. But I was like, what is the point in this? Are you just singing the tune? Do you want me to tell you what it is? Like, there was no, like, it was just like, bro, like, I'm not on your level, man, innit? And I don't know how you've got to that level, bro. Like,
it's gone from nothing to...
Bro, like, he couldn't... Oh, mate, yeah, so many dramas. Not dramas, but so many things. I thought, bro, like, how... Like, it's like a detective. And we were like, how did you give him side? What happened, bro? What happened? Everyone else was, like, normal level, like, 2 drinks of vodka in. And he's, like... been out fucking 4 days, vibes. I was like, what? But yeah, it's like sometimes it's hard, like you said, it's hard to if people are on different levels and there's too many of them. Like you seem like you walked into like an army of them, like
it's like a wasp nest.
Exactly. So you got to go, wow, man, and it's true when you've got people that are just firing shit at you and you're not on the same vibe. It's tough, man. Tough. But what do I do with this information? Who do I speak to? Like, what do I do? Like, what do I do?
But it's nice to have the wherewithal to go. Whereas before, I would have felt I needed to join in and try and catch them up, and then fucked myself too quickly, like your mate.
Yeah.
I've gone. Listen, this is pointless. This is going to fuck me up for another 4 days. If I do this as quickly as I need to do it, that's going to be my week. Why?
You got to think about these things now, man. Like, it's true, man. Like, because for me, it's like the more because I've had a good week, like with music and stuff. Like you then start to think, ooh, I want to reward myself with a drink, and then you do that, and then it goes like I don't know, that you might be fucked the next day because you're hanging there and you think, oh, why don't I just carry on? Like, and then it might take a couple of days for you to get the momentum back again. So it's weird, but like at the same time, I don't know. Like I suppose it's kind of normal that you want to reward yourself if you're happy and gassed with with the work you've done. But I suppose it's trying to find another way to celebrate that without having to write off the next day. You know what I mean?
But I tell you should be really proud of what you've achieved. That song today, like I say, when I was into it coming in, it touched me on a whole new level. That everything about it, and I couldn't wait to come in and talk to you about it. And I think it's from something that's so tragic, that something so beautiful has come from it is the reward in itself. And you are going to help so many people with this song and what you're doing, all the work you're doing. So I think I can't wait to see what you do with this.
Yeah, I'm excited as well, man. Yeah. I really do appreciate the support, man. Like it's lovely, man. Lovely to chat to you, bro.
Yeah, and you. And so the song's already out.
Yeah, the song come out on Wednesday. The couple Wednesdays ago, so that's already out. What's on your mind? Like, everywhere, Spotify, all the online retailers, and then I've done a drum and bass edit of it, which is coming out on the 10th, which is I think National Mental Health Day.
Right? Yeah.
It's coming out on the 10th. Which is obviously just a version that I've been playing in my sets. I've been playing it at the end of my sets, and the first time I played it in a big festival called Let It Roll in Czech Republic, and I wanted to kind of create a moment at the end. So I played it at the end. I kind of got on the mic. I kind of said, like, this is a song I made for my brother. Can everyone please like get their phone lights out? And I got the lights. I got the main lights to go down, and then it was amazing, man. I got everyone to get their phone lights out, and we're doing this waving thing to like the song, and I've done that every time since. So yeah, it's been sick. I did it at a warehouse project in Manchester on Friday. That was amazing. Like I did done it a couple of times and it's just looked like unreal. So yeah, it's kind of it's touched a lot of people through that, and I suppose that's my way of kind of promoting it in a sense, and just kind of going, look, man, I want you to really listen to this and actually just take this in, and it's more than just like a song. So I've been ending every set with it, and it's just been getting received really well. So I'm really excited to get that out, and hopefully that will be able to kind of connect even more with my more drum and bass following, because and hopefully others, man. So yeah,
that's how you make a difference. That is how you're going to make a difference. And
it's the only way I know how to, man. Through music, man. So if I can help some people, and then I'm doing something right, I feel.
Fucking right, mate. I can't wait. Well, nice work. Honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you, man.
Yeah, you too, bro.
Yeah, it's been fucking great. Where can we find you on the social medias and all that sort of caper?
Just Turno, Turno. Like if you type that in, like Turno _ thing on Instagram, and Turno DJ on Facebook and Twitter, etc., etc. But yeah, if you put Turno in, it'll come up with my socials, man.
Amazing, lovely. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate you coming on.
Respect, brother.